Hello. Not everyone on Team Lioness will survive the explosion in Episode 5, which means Joe could die in Lioness Season 2 Episode 6. Yes, it is as dramatic as it sounds. To catch you up, Episode 1 establishes the main tale of Los Tigres, a Mexican criminal cartel that the crew must defeat. In Episode 2, new recruit Josefina, who is connected to the group's commander, was brought on board. Episodes 3, 4, and 5 things have gotten a little more crazy. We discovered a covert kid smuggling ring, a lot of familial anguish, and practically no drugs. As the squad approached the border to rescue the children, there was an explosion. But may Joe perish as a result of Lioness Season 2 Episode 6. Warning, spoilers are ahead. A major cover-up begins in Lioness Season 2 Episode 6. Josefina stars in Lioness at Paramount. If you recall the end of Episode 5, Joe and her mini-team of lionesses attempted to intercept the child smugglers at the border. In the opening of Episode 6, one of them blew everything up, leaving Joe dazed. Bobby asks what the Q is, and Joe explains that they use legitimate FBI credentials to explain how they obtained the information. From her perspective, they couldn't reveal what was going on since it would jeopardize undercover agents. The crew is devastated, with Joe adding that they should consider if the children would have lived if they had not attempted to rescue them. Back at Pablo's residence, Josefina is struggling with her own assignment. She and Cruz tell recollections of their youth, realizing that their fathers will always be the person in their fondest memories. Cruz tries to bring her back to the point. Pablo is just half the man Josefina believes he is. Mexican intelligence and rescue services arrive at the border to deal with the injuries. As expected, they criticize Joe for being in the neighborhood, but she responds that if they did their jobs, they wouldn't have to be there. As the special agent who provided her with the information stays stunned, Joe notices women's knickers hanging from a nearby tree. The next morning, Pablo questions Josefina about her activities. He believes Cruz is her girlfriend but is confident she is in danger. Then comes the moment everyone has been waiting for. She confesses that the CIA knows everything. When Josefina is too unclear, he confronts her and violently manhandles her. As she describes the event, Josefina states that they recognize Alvaro as exactly who he is. Pablo smacks her, leading the squad to intervene. Pablo discusses his past with the CIA, stating that they returned the drugs to the government, not the cartel. He accuses them of not caring about drugs at all, claiming they ruined Josefina's career for nothing. When she tries to reason with him, Pablo slaps her again, and Cruz immediately puts him on the ground. The remainder of the squad arrives to interview him, but Josefina begins to answer identifying questions for him, which irritates them. Joe is on death's door. The CIA argues in Lioness. The housekeeper is likewise wrestled to the ground. She is wearing a wire. When they eventually get touch of Joe, they explain that the cover has been breached. Who is the housekeeper's contact? The same agent gave Joe the warehouse information. On the plane, Joe sustains a major abdomen injury and calls Caitlin to inform her that she has been shot with no exit wounds. She believes it has caught her liver and that she needs medics on the ground. As a result, Caitlin diverts her flight while her vital signs are checked. The pilot intervenes to stabilize her, which changes the course of events. Joe phones Neil, cryptically indicating that she believes she is about to die. When she stops talking, Neil is at a loss. Back on the ground, Kyle and Bobby debate a possible mole in the operation. Obviously, our initial point of contact is our new special agent. They practically kidnap him on his way back to base and threaten him with severe punishment. Arrives on Joe's jet, where her vital signs have been lost. We cut to Caitlin explaining to the other CIA officials that she had to be resuscitated during surgery. She also describes the mole scenario, implying that security and intelligence were purposely withheld from the lionesses. They see the rescue on the television, and all hell breaks loose. There are 2 points of view here. Have the lionesses participated in America's official war in Iraq, or have they been assigned a task in which they have no control over armament, intelligence, or soldiers? Edwin mediates to the point where they have 2 options: act or shut down the operation. After back and forth, it is now a black operation. Officially, the CIA will not authorize it. Pablo might be more deadly than he seems. At Bliss, the lionesses engage in the traditional team-building activity of torturing their hostage agent. They accuse him of treason while claiming to have assets in every project he is working on. Kyle also justified his punishment under U.S. law by threatening to murder him. Caitlin appears and explains that they know